Why Tommy Robinson Unite the Kingdom rally was different to any other UK police assaulted with kicks and punches by A1 Breaking News. It was a day marked on many calendars for very different reasons. In the heart of England, Telford was about to host a gathering that promised to be anything but ordinary. Branded the Unite the Kingdom rally, fronted by one of the UK's most polarizing figures, reports painted a picture of potential confrontation as authorities braced and activists planned counter-protests. In the middle of it, residents hoped for a peaceful Saturday. The air held anticipation and apprehension. This wasn't just another protest march. It carried the baggage of its organizer and the sensitive issues it claimed to address. Supporters framed it as a stand for justice and a voice for forgotten victims. Detractors saw a provocative stunt designed to inflame tensions. Police navigated the line between protest rights and public order. Passion, politics, and public safety converged in one town center. What unfolded would be captured in grainy phone clips and debated online. Headlines spoke of chaos and confrontation, showing officers clashing with demonstrators. Reports detailed officers being kicked, punched, and targeted with thrown objects. Brief moments came to define the day, overshadowing speeches, banners, and the rally's stated purpose. To understand what happened, we have to look beyond the shocks. This story is about modern Britain, free speech, policing, and community fractures. We'll examine what those on the front line, the protesters, and the onlookers say they saw, and why this town became a national talking point. Stay with me. The headlines are simple. The reality is not. To understand the rally, you have to understand the man at its center. Tommy Robinson, born Stephen Yaxley Lennon, rose to prominence in 2009 as co-founder and public face of the English Defence League. Known for a confrontational style and the ability to mobilize supporters, his demonstrations often ended in clashes. He left the EDL in 2013, saying he wanted a different path. Since then, he has styled himself as an independent journalist and activist, building a large online following. His focus has centered on Islam, immigration, and a political culture he says fails to protect citizens. This led to legal battles, including prison sentences for contempt of court, galvanizing supporters who see him as silenced. Critics label him a far-right agitator who stokes division. Supporters call him a truth-teller and defender of free speech and victims. His events draw scrutiny, debate, and controversy. When he announces a rally, it's never simple. Dedicated followers travel across the country, opponents mobilize too. The police presence is invariably substantial. He is a lightning rod for contentious issues, and that is why Telford would be different. Next, why Telford? Why now? The choice of Telford was deliberate and deeply symbolic. For years, the town has been linked to extensive child sexual exploitation scandals. Numerous reports detailed systematic abuse involving hundreds, possibly thousands, of victims over decades. Perceived failings by police and council caused profound anger. This backdrop was fertile ground for a rally demanding accountability. Organizers framed the event as a response to institutional failure. They presented it as solidarity with victims and a demand for accountability. Critics argued the pain of victims was being used to push an anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim agenda. The timing, late 2025, mattered. After years of high-profile cases in Rotherham, Rochdale, and Oxford, a pattern had emerged in public consciousness, alongside a contentious debate about ethnicity and culture. On the surface, the title suggested cohesion and solidarity. Promotions and speeches leaned heavily on unity, empowerment for the powerless, and a call to stand together. Slogans read, "Justice for our girls, end the cover-up." Anger was directed at police, social services, and local councils accused of negligence. Opponents said Unite was ironic, arguing his rhetoric is inherently divisive. For supporters, it was a pilgrimage for justice and British values. For opponents, a far-right provocation. Two sides, two realities, setting the stage for a volatile day. From early morning, Telford began to fill with people. Two distinct groups, two energies, one town center, a festive, football-like camaraderie on the rally side. The counter-demonstration included local residents, anti-racism activists, trade unionists, and students, solemn and determined. Chants echoed across the divide. Police formed a physical and symbolic barrier, Hundreds of officers' vans and temporary fencing crisscrossed the center. Helicopters hovered, a constant unnerving sound. The strategy? Allow. Protest. Minimize disorder. As hours passed, the mood turned volatile. On the rally side, louder, more aggressive chanting. Counter-protesters grew frustrated. Shops closed, streets blocked. Residents watched in disbelief. The town felt taken over by opposing armies, divided by lines on the ground and in mines. For hours, containment held. Hostility was vocal, not physical. In mid-afternoon, something snapped. The triggers disputed. Video shows a section of rally supporters surging into a police cordon. The scene descended into a chaotic melee. Bottles, cans, and other projectiles flew. Footage captured individuals kicking and punching at officers. Police used batons and shields to restore order. Dogs barked amid the chaos. Within minutes, they regained control and pushed aggressive elements back. The aftermath: debris-littered streets, shocked supporters, and agitated voices. Across the cordon, opponents watched, their fears seemingly confirmed. Brief but brutal, those minutes would define the day. After the rally, West Mercia police issued statements reporting officers were assaulted, kicked, punched, and hit by missiles. When some tried to breach a police line, Assistant Chief Constable Richard Cooper stressed restraint under provocation and the duty to maintain order. Arrests followed. Investigators reviewed CCTV, body cam, and social media to identify suspects. Injuries included bruises, cuts, sprains, and psychological impacts. Tommy Robinson advanced a different narrative via live streams and posts. He blamed heavy-handed tactics, kettling his supporters and provoking a defensive reaction. Supporters questioned injury reports. Some fringe voices even cried, "False flag." The counter-narrative galvanized his base shares, defenses, and donations surged. Witnesses outside partisan camps described a more nuanced picture. Many said a smaller, hardcore group surged first, others were swept along. Locals spoke of disruption and anxiety. Some felt the town's trauma was exploited. Peaceful attendees lamented a violent minority hijacking the message. The story is not just kicks and punches, it is the social currents that drew thousands here. Why does Robinson command loyalty? What grievances and anxieties bring people out? Defend protest rights and the rule of law. Violence against emergency workers is never justified. The right to protest does not include the right to commit violence. Look beyond viral clips. Seek full context. Listen across divides. Unity starts with patient listening and honest debate. If you found this deep dive useful, subscribe, share this video, and join the conversation below respectfully. Thanks for watching.